They say that the psychology of someone is built from age 0 to age 6 because of what they experience in that phase. Now, you have two grown up children who are successful in material ways, but psychologically very different, right? Like, do you think there's any similarity between my elder sister and myself? Because I love hanging out with her. I love taking her opinion on things, but I don't think we're the same person at all. Is there any commonality?
I think y'all were different personalities from the time y'all were babies. You were always a very outgoing and, you wanted very curious kind of person. You wanted to meet people, you wanted to talk, you wanted to try out all the new foods and everything. And she was always a very reserved person, even a reserved baby, I would say.
Introverted.
Not introverted, but she would keep to herself. She would talk very little and she never cried. She was very tough. And you were the extrovert always wanted to do your own thing.
How was I as an infant, like before I even started talking?
I don't know, you were always happy. You were a happy baby. Even if you had done your big job, you would lie in it very happily, smiling, not bothered about anything. And friendly to everyone. You were a very friendly child. She was a reserved child and she continues to be, I think, a little on the quieter side. She's more reflective.
She's also a more peaceful person than me.
Yeah.
I feel I'm much more volatile.
I think you went through a phase. I would say that it started at 18 and it went on till you were 22 or 23.
That's engineering college.
Yeah, but that difficult phase started then. Till then, I think till 12th you were okay. You were happy doing your thing, your studies and classes. But after 18, you became a little moody, a little getting into all kinds of habits. And then you stabilized again after you started working out and you gave up all your bad habits. Then you became healthy physically as well as mentally. And I think it built your focus also. Even as a kid, you were very particular about getting things done. Like even as a child, the first thing you would do in the morning was a list would go up. Homework, this work, that work. And till you had finished those 4-5 things that you had set out, before brushing your teeth, before having your breakfast, your bath, everything, you would finish first the work, then you would take a break. So you were always very driven.
That goes on till today. That little task list.
Very driven.
But anyway, what people know or don't know about me is from the 5th till the 10th, I did a lot of judo. And that kind of set me straight, got me focus. 11th and 12th, I focused on studies. I had 2 shoulder surgeries. Then I stopped doing judo. And that left a lot of energy inside me. Which is why I think the bad habits also happened in the first place. Because there was no other place for that energy to go. How did you feel about my bad habits? I used to hide them to a large degree from you. Maybe years later I told you that, I've also done that and I've also done that.
No. That's why I had my eye on you at all times. And I used to keep checking on you. So it's not that I didn't know what was happening. But I didn't want to pressurize you. In engineering school, I didn't want to pressurize you in any way that you have to get these grades or you have to get these marks. I just left you to kind of, adjust into it on your own.
You remember when I failed in engineering college?
Yeah.
Very important life moment. But also the way you handled my so-called bad boy phase, very important. Because the thing is, for so-called bad boys or bad girls, if you tell them not to do something, they want to do it more.
I don't know about others, but you certainly, that is right. You always work on reverse psychology. So I have to be very careful what I tell you.
What kind of friends did you like me having versus not like me having?
The spoiled kids I didn't like. There were some spoiled kids. And there were some focused kids also amongst your friends who were like into their studies and doing well. So those are the kids I like.
Want me to hang out with the nerds? Like
Absolutely.
And
I come from a family of nerds. I am a nerd.
So you're saying that the kids who were arrogant about money, those are the kids you didn't
just spoiled me, throwing tantrums and, being mean to everybody. And those are
Arrogance.
the spoiled kids, yeah.
It's a childhood version of arrogance.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other elements that you didn't like me hanging around?
Those who were always playing and not studying.
Backbenchers. Were you aware that I was the worst of the backbenchers?
I didn't know. मेरा बच्चा सबसे अच्छा. That kind of.
Do you still feel that?
No, now I know.
What did the teachers tell you about me in school?
That you look very innocent, you give all these sweet, innocent smiles, but you are a crook, basically.
Like Varun Dhawan. Have you heard that Varun Dhawan dialogue? मैं दिखता हूँ स्वीट इनोसेंट स्वामी जैसा पर मैं हूँ बिल्कुल जैसा.
I want that.
That's what the teachers used to tell you. How did you deal with that in terms of having... I was a little bit of a wild child. And I think of parenthood myself, as in your grandkids. So I think the male bloodline is going to be passed on. So how are you supposed to handle very whack backbencher kids? What is you just let them be?
I think parents learn as they go. They learn what works on a child and what doesn't work.
So each
And
child...
then, each child is... Some children, means for your sister, I just had to raise my eyebrows and she would quietly do what I wanted. You, I had to whack properly to get you to even move. So... If I have to raise my voice to move, make you understand or make you obey, then I will raise my voice. If I have to physically pull you to your class and all, then I'll do that. So parents have to learn with the child that what works with the child and what doesn't. One thing I'll say that my generation and my parents' generation, we used to whack our children. And nowadays, I don't think any parents do it. And we used to shout at them, we used to whack them, which probably was not correct. But in fact, when we would see a spoiled child, we would say, oh, this parents must be the new type of parents who don't ever shout at their child. So it was not looked upon as a good thing. But now I realize that it was not... What I did was not right.
I don't look at you whacking me as a negative thing. I'm actually grateful for it. I didn't even look at it badly then. I just thought it's a way of life. Because you didn't whack too hard also.
But I think it stayed in you. That little bit of upset or resentment towards the parent comes in. And you remember it. The child remembers. The subconscious remembers.
Really?
Yes.
Did you whack Akanksha?
She never needed whacking. She never needed. She used to quietly do everything. Why would I whack her?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have a bad...
I never even raised my voice on her. She was that good. She was a real angel.
I don't think I have resentment. I like it. I look at myself as like a martial artist. I really enjoy war and all that. So I enjoy really dark subjects. Maybe... See, I'll tell you, when I have kids, I won't... I don't think I'm going to whack them, firstly. I don't even remember my dad like whacking me too much. I think that was mostly your...
Papa, I don't think he... Yeah. But I definitely...
I won't whack my kids. I'll discipline them because I think that's the role of a father. Like you're supposed to step in where the mother is not listened to. Correct? Okay? And there I'll use sternness and sales skills.
We'll see when we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We'll see how you deal with it.
I think I'm a good
They're
man
driving
manager.
you a bit crazy. Then we'll see what you do.
What do you expect my kids will be like?
It depends a lot on the mother.
Really?
Yes.
Like what?
The intelligence, the education, I would say, the involvement of the mother, everything.
You've seen mothers who weren't involved?
A few.
And how were the kids' realities?
I mean, the mothers were more into their social life and into going out and so on. So the kids also become the same.
They enjoy a social life?
Yeah, they become they become socialites. So they, whatever the parents did, that they continue doing.
What's the best thing you did for me as a parent, according to you? Whatever you see this whole BeerBiceps story arc.
I disciplined you.
Like what?
I made sure you studied. I made sure you learned the basic things. I made sure you studied and got the marks, got into engineering school on your own marks. I think I also gave you good principles that hard work leads to reward and idle talk leads to want.
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip from the Ranveer Show, we've uploaded a ton of other clips related to a ton of other topics. So explore the channel because there's something for everyone.